first of all, yesterday you signed Luke Robinson on loan. First of all, how delighted are you to have somebody like him in?
Yeah, delighted. He's a good addition to the squad. I think he'll bring good competition, and obviously we're losing Tony at Ross County. We're a bit sort of bare in that position, so we went and strengthened there. So he's a young lad that's had a couple of injuries, but he's played 25 games in League One for a competitive Wigan side. So he's a good player, and he's already shown that when he's come into training. So yeah, delighted to get him in the building, and hopefully he does well for us.
And you've also been looking to sign James Turner-Cook from Newcastle. Can you just bring us up to speed how close that is to being done? Yeah,
it's just paperwork. So he's trained the last couple of days as well, so he's looking good. So yeah, happy with that as well. He'll bring good competition in there for places. He can play 6, 8, 10. He can play off a side. So he's a good technical player, but you don't play for Newcastle first team if you can't run as well. So yeah, so he's good on the ball and out of possession as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, how important could he be for St Johnstone this season?
It's always difficult when you bring loan players in because you never exactly know. But no, we're excited to get him here, and like I say, you don't play for Newcastle by being a poor player. So he was involved pre-season and played against Villarreal and different teams like that. So he's a quality player and a good addition to the squad.
And you brought a few new faces in recently. I mean, how pleased are you with the squad you've got at the moment?
It's starting to take shape now. It's getting to where I want it to be. Still things I would like to do probably, but whether that's long term or short term, I'm not too sure. But I think we're getting there. Injuries are starting to come back as well. They're starting to do a little bit more. So once we get those back as well, and we'll be very competitive.
And you have had that little break with the cup games last week. I mean, how is the injury situation? You referred to it there, but is it improving, and who's still sort of struggling?
Yeah, James Brown's trained recently. Cameron McPherson started back training. Chris Kane started back training as well, so which is good. Nicky Clark's running again. Ali Crawford's running again. So it's starting to get a bit better. So there's light at the end of the tunnel there.
How difficult a period has this been for you? Because obviously having so many injuries and having to find other players to replace some of them, plus starting the league season and not starting it the way you'd have hoped, it's been a tough spell for you. Yeah, it's been very testing. I think first day of pre-season I had 12 players and 4 were young players, so that just shows you where we were. But that was a lot of the sort of cup games as well. That's what we had. We had 10 players missing at Ross County. I think yesterday was the first day that I had 20 outfield players training, and none of them were what I classed as young players. So it was a pleasing sign. It was very good, and I think what it does is it creates pressure on other players, and it means that players need to play well to stay in the team, and it means that I've got options as well, whether it's through the bench or whether it's in the starting lineup. So I was happy yesterday. And you've had Austrian midfielder Sven Sprangler on trial as well. Is he likely to be one that you'll make a signing?
Not sure yet. We're assessing him, but he's done very well. So we like what we see so far. So we'll just see where that goes.
And obviously it doesn't get any easier for you this weekend. You travel to Celtic. What's your thoughts heading into that game? Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. I think they're coming off a bad result as well, albeit the AstroTurf's a different game, but they'll be wanting to put that right as well. So it'll be a very difficult game, but it's one that we're looking to go there and do well in. And listen, we won't be judged on what happens against Celtic, but we want to go and give a good account of ourselves and make it difficult for them and impose our style on them as well. And so I'm a lot happier with the squad going into this week than I was Ross County game. And as you say, a tough result for them the other day in the Cup, and they'll be hurting. Is this perhaps a good time to be facing Celtic?
You could argue both ways that it could be good and bad, but it's always difficult to go to Parkhead or Celtic Park and get a result. So we'll need to be at our best and hope they maybe have an off day. So fingers crossed that happens.
And good news on the goalie front with Dimitar Berbatov being called up to the Bulgarian squad. I mean, how delighted were you for him to receive that call up?
Yeah, it's excellent. I think it's much deserved as well. I thought he's been excellent since he came in, not just on the pitch, off the pitch. He's a great character as well. So I think that's why he came up to Scotland to play. So it's great credit to him, knocking back different offers to come up here and showcase his cell in the Premier League. And and it's a worthwhile experience for him coming up here, and so that's what he wanted. He wanted to get in that Bulgaria squad, so delighted for him.
Thank you.
And obviously you kind of talked a little bit about Celtic in the Cup last weekend, and obviously that result against Kilmarnock, can that kind of be a bit of a blueprint for yourselves and look at how they managed to stifle Celtic, and you can take that into the game? Definitely.
I think you always look at analysing different games and stuff, and we watched it back and watched how Kilmarnock played and obviously how Celtic played. It is a different game on the AstroTurf. It's a lot. It's different. Let's just say that. And I think Celtic at Parkhead and Celtic on an AstroTurf is a totally different game.
And obviously you've just had that kind of weekend off, and has that kind of come at the right time for you to kind of get some of those injured players back in training, bed in some of those new signings a little bit more to come in fresh to this weekend's game? Definitely.
I think it was a massive week for us. I think there was a lot of players needing top up fitness wise, so they got that. They got a really hard week's training and a little bit more sort of style of play, how we wanted to play and how we want to go about things. So it was really important. I think a lot of the players that we signed had just came in and got thrown straight into the game, so it probably wasn't fair on them as well. So it was a good week, and we've had a good week's training this week as well, so we're looking forward to the Celtic game.
Great, thank you very much.
Cheers.
You mentioned Dimitar Berbatov there. His call-up probably came a bit quicker than you expected. Does that make it easier to kind of sell the club to other players who perhaps are in the same position?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what we've tried to do. We've brought a lot of boys up from England, so I think that's the sort of the selling point we used, that you can come here and showcase yourself and look to try and kick on in your career, and that's what Dimi came for. So delighted for him, and I think the other players that have come up can sort of show them that if you do well in the league, then you can progress and go forward.